So Katt Williams might soon be facing legal troubles after he called out Kevin Hart for being an industry plant and not working for what he has.
We've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
In a recent interview at Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams exposed a bunch of mainstream black comedians for being not only industry plants, but also for being puppets to the Hollywood elites. In this interview, he called Kevin Hart a gatekeeper and an industry plant, belittling his accomplishments in the comedy world. He pointed out how all the things Kevin tells us about how his career started and how he rose to fame don't really make any sense, and that his career was handed to him on a silver platter. The comedian also exposed other black comedians like Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Tiffany Haddish for the same things. But all these people weren't just going to sit quietly and let Katt say all those things. So they'd started to respond to all these allegations one by one. Kevin Hart responded to all the allegations of him being an industry plant in a recent interview with Fox 5's Kevin McCarthy. In the interview, he tried his best to clear his name and took a very nice approach while responding to all the accusations. But despite his attempts to clear his name, fans are having a hard time believing everything he said. According to them, what Katt said about him made a lot more sense than what Kevin did. Not only that, but according to sources, Kevin is now thinking of suing Katt Williams in order to silence him and stop him from exposing him. There is a lot to cover in today's video, so let's just jump right into it. You're watching The Celebrity Buzz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about how Kevin Hart is threatening Katt Williams with legal action to silence him and how Katt is unfazed by all of this. But before we get to telling you all about that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future.
Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies.
Katt Williams has been known for his controversial personality and his even more controversial statements. For the longest time, he was always labeled as a drug addict who never made any sense. But as soon as people started actually listening to him, we realized that he was doing God's work by exposing all these big names in Hollywood. One of the people that Katt has always been after is Kevin Hart. According to Katt Williams, Kevin has no morals and he would do whatever he is asked to do by the industry elites. Why? Well, because he's a puppet and an industry plant. In a recent interview at Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams talked about this and called out a bunch of other black comedians as well. He also called Kevin Hart the gatekeeper, saying that everyone always thinks that there are no gatekeepers in Hollywood. But if that were the case, why is it that it's always the same people opening doors for other people? Take Kevin Hart, for example. He played a huge role in helping Tiffany Haddish get where she is today, and Katt has called Tiffany an industry plant too.
That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
It's almost like all the dots connect. Katt has never shied away from exposing people like Kevin Hart, and this is why the two have had a feud for the longest time. It seems like this time, with this interview, Katt has most people on his side, and that is why Kevin is starting to get worried. Although he tried to clear his name and respond to all the allegations that Katt put on him, it didn't really do anything for Kevin, as fans still think that Katt might be telling the truth about the industry and its gatekeepers. This is why, according to our sources, Kevin Hart is now thinking of other ways to silence Katt Williams. We all know whenever the Hollywood elites are in trouble, they use their sources and connections to get out of it, and Kevin might do the same thing. The streets are saying that he might sue Katt Williams for defamation after everything that he said on the Club Shay podcast. But that's not all. He's also been responding to and trying to clap back at Katt. But hold on, before we tell you about what Kevin Hart said, do us a little favor and share this video with a friend who might enjoy our content. Kevin Hart sat down with Fox 5's Kevin McCarthy and spilled the beans about how he felt. "You don't entertain the circus, you watch it," the actor said. He said that whenever you go to a circus and see something insane like a lion riding a bike, you don't think too hard about it. You just call it crazy and move on. Enjoy the rest of your day. He meant this as a jab at Katt Williams. In a way, Kevin called Katt crazy and said that nothing he said deserves any attention. That's the oldest trick in the book. The best way to dismiss the truth is to call it crazy. And we all know that Hollywood has played that card for Katt Williams a little too much. He added that he doesn't think too much about what Katt Williams said about him or the other comedians, because at the end of the day, he knows his fans won't believe him because they'd actually check the facts to see if what Katt is saying is true or not. He even went as far as to say that whatever Katt says is honestly entertaining to a certain degree. But when it comes to actually thinking about it, the actor said that he simply does not have the time for it. He already has enough going on in his life, so he doesn't think about the crazy stuff that Katt has to say. Now, this isn't the first time that Kevin has called Katt crazy. The industry has been using similar things to dismiss whatever Katt has to say. Not too long ago, Kevin did another interview where he responded to the same Club Shay Shay interview. In this interview, Kevin said that the only reason Katt goes around saying stuff like this about black comedians is because he's salty. He's salty because he couldn't make it out as big, all because of his own drug-related issues. He became a liability and a risk to the studio, so they had to let him go.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Even Tiffany Haddish accused Katt Williams of having drug problems after he called her out for being an industry plant. Do you guys see a pattern here?
Why did Tiffany Haddish come out and say, Katt Williams says he don't have a, and I believe him, this lighter leash at the Emmys makes me question my beliefs.
And speaking of plants, Katt Williams has pointed out how Kevin would do anything for fame. Remember the time when Kevin Hart said that he would never put on a dress because his morals don't allow it?
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Well, not too long after that interview, he put on a dress for an SNL skit. Isn't that exactly what Katt Williams was talking about?
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Well, even Kevin Hart has realized that all he's doing might not stay hidden for too long, especially with Katt Williams speaking up about all of the things that go on behind closed doors in Hollywood. And we all know that the Hollywood elites don't hold back when it comes to getting rid of potential threats. According to our sources, Kevin Hart is thinking of suing Katt Williams for defamation. Now this doesn't make sense because if anything, Katt should be the one suing Kevin and Tiffany because they accused him of having drug problems. But he's not being petty the way Kevin is. A source close to Katt said that although Kevin is thinking of filing a lawsuit against the black comedian, he isn't worried about anything. Why? Well, because he knows that there's no substance there and that it would never work. It's just Kevin Hart desperately trying to save his name at this point. And that was all we had time for in today's video. Do you think Kevin Hart is actually going to file a lawsuit against Katt Williams? How do you think Katt is going to react to that? What do you think will happen next in this drama? Let us know all your thoughts and predictions in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future. And with all of that out of the way, as always, we will see you in our next video right here at the Celebrity Buzz.